Watch the red flag at the front. The lights will come in top left of the screen. 8 laps. This is going to be a short, sharp sprint. The lights are on. They're off. Let's see then what the Birchells can do on their Honda. They get the drag ahead of Tommy Philp and Lewis Blackstock. They're side by side with the Christies in 4th, going into Paddock Hill Bend. Conditions are good here. Track conditions really, really good. You're going to see those big fat Avon slicks gripping as they throw it round Druids. The passenger hanging on in case he gets spat. Look at Tommy Philp showing his nose to the Birchells on the inside and going through. What a brilliant move for Tommy Philp. That was brave, wasn't it?
It certainly was. He's an ex-solo young guy, got a bit to prove, and it's a local circuit for him. So yeah, he's having a go early doors.
Tommy Philp and Tom Bryant then lead the Birchells, and Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney will have seen that. Ben and Tom Birchall, as they come down towards Pilgrim Drop, they're about 130 miles an hour down there into Hawthorne Bend, and that is quick, very quick indeed. But what can Tommy Philp do about that? Well, we've seen he's brave. He's certainly not lacking in commitment. What would be his strategy now, Brian? Sit behind the Masters and see what they do?
Well, I think, to be honest, I think he wants to get his nose in front and try and do something more concrete than that. But in the big picture, I think Ben and Tom have probably got the edge on him, and I think we'll see an edge out from here. But you know, we'll wait and see.
Well, Philp using Yamaha, Birchall using Honda. Not the engine of choice for anybody else, but they've got their Hayth Honda working really well. They've got a dry sump on it, which reduces the oil drag, keeps the centre of gravity nice, stops it sloshing around. But here we have the top 3, Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney, ahead of Sam and Adam Christie. Then it's Scott Lorry, there, the green outfit, Ben Holland and Tom Christie, the third of the Christie brothers. Real family affair, Sidecar racing. It's always been the same, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, when we were involved in the 80s, Swiss pairings, there was 3 sets of twins. You get a lot of family that goes down and down and down through the years. So yeah, it's the same with Tommy Philp. His dad used to be an international sidecar racer, and there you go. He's stopped solo racing and he's gone to what his dad knows.
Yeah, well, Tommy Philp had his fair share of solo activity, and now he's taken to this. It makes me wonder where your boy might go one day. You never know.
Well, I think Jack's brother's already intimated he'd like to have a go in a sidecar, and being in the team will win. Maybe we'll have a chance to have a dip at it and see how he goes.
Race leaders then, Ben and Tom Birchall, 0.4 of a second clear of Tommy Philp and Tom Bryant. Lewis Blackstock, Paddy Rosney in third in the distinctive red outfit. Now, let me just tell you, if you don't understand how these things work, the engine is behind the driver. The driver actually is lying prone over a hump with his chest on a hump. Handlebars are right down by the front wheel. He's on his knees. His lower half of his legs are horizontal, and he's braking and gear changing with his feet. And if you look underneath, you might see his toes poking down underneath about an inch from the tarmac. It's not impossible to rub your toes away, is it?
No, it does happen quite a lot, especially when you have chassis alterations that you haven't taken into account. And yeah, that's a regular occurrence in my day anyway.
Blackstock through then on Tommy Philp. Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney, themselves having had World Championship experience and needing to do something about it, because they are lying 6th in the championship at the moment. That is not where they would want to be. They're capable of better than that. Into second place then, but Ben and Tom Birchall on target here. Tommy Philp and Tom Bryant not giving up. They're nibbling away at the back of Lewis Blackstock. And these young guns really, really flexing their muscles here. Sam and Adam Christie being dropped away. They're 2.8 seconds. Now watch this battle. This is the battle for second place. Tommy Philp has really taken to this like a duck to water, hasn't he?
No, without a doubt. He's had very little experience on a 3-wheel vehicle, and straight away he's been sort of right on the pace. Again, young guy, used to racing motorbikes, and he's obviously got his dad with a lot of experience pointing in the right direction. Trackcraft
is trackcraft, whether it's 2 wheels or 3 wheels.
That is exactly right, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Well, Blackstock and Rosney ahead of Philp and Bryant, and now the Christies. So we're going to have a 3-way scrap. The gap at the front is about the gap that the Birchells had in qualifying. Tommy Phil, Tom Bryant, and Blackstock and Rosny. Now they need the big points. The Christies came here second in the championship, 14 points. So Sam and Adam Christie from Beverley on the Christie Engineering Services Yamaha, and they provide a service for so many sidecar drivers. Not just the long chassis, we're looking at the long chassis now, but also the short chassis, the ones the guys use in the TT and on the roads. As a family business, they service, they prepare, they build engines, they offer a very good service. But Tommy Phil coming out now on the inside of Blackstock, showing his nose down over Pilgrim's Drop. Is he going to dive up the inside? That would be brave, Brian, if he tried it there.
Yeah,
surely.
I mean, it's warming up into a very good race for second place, because where they were chasing each other in out the corners, the other guys have caught them up now, and I think it's going to move three-way scrap for second.
Fantastic. This is what we like to see. We expected Ben and Tom Birchall to well, not exactly clear off, but do something special. They are, after all, 10 times Isle of Man TT winners, the race leaders, 3 times outright world champions, and also 600cc Cup winners on the F2. So the Birchall brothers, a wealth of experience, and they are responsible now for the LCR chassis, which is what we're watching predominantly. They are the go-to people for the Lewis Christen Racing chassis that these boys are on. Design, as you said, I didn't give you time really, Brian, to explain it, but they have changed very little in 35 years.
No, for sure. I mean, the first thing, they have a carbon fibre floor, which was introduced in the late 80s. The steering, although it works in the same way, has a lot more linkages. The sidecar wheel's mounted in a different situation where you can adjust it much more accurately, and there's a lot less moving parts on that as well. So, but the bike, as a bike, is very, very similar from the 82 when they first came out.
And of course, the legendary Steve Webster MBE took 10 world titles on such a machine, and they're just the most incredible. If you get a chance to go into the sidecar paddock anytime, ladies and gentlemen, then go and see one of these with their clothes off. They are a work of art, aren't they?
Yeah, almost a Formula 3 car with a wheel missing, but very interesting technically. Carbon fibre, Kevlar parts all over them. Yeah, really, really nice, and very well prepared nowadays as well.
Here we go. That was Blackstock's in trouble. Lewis Blackstock in trouble. Tommy Phil moved up on him, but I don't know what happened there. Whether he missed a gear, I don't know.
Well, it looked reminiscent of that, and they seem to be getting going again, so it must be something along those lines, I'd imagine, yeah, for sure.
No, they're in pit lane.
Yeah, he's pitted, yeah.
They've gone in. So Lewis Blackstock, Paddy Rosny in trouble. So you're now looking at second and third, and Sam and Adam Christie going for second place. But the Birchalls are 5 seconds up the road from these two.
It's a bit of a big shame that, because that was looking like a really, really good three-way scrap that was going to go for the whole race distance.
Yeah, really is a shame. 4th place now, Scott Laurie, Shelley Smithers. What have they got? Well, they haven't got much time.
That might have had a collision and caused some damage to the wheel arch, possibly.
Well, I didn't see any contact.
No, for sure, but unless they got a puncture in the sidecar wheel or something. Maybe that.
Well, what a shame for the Blackstock Rosny pairing. Race leaders Ben and Tom Birchall. Mitchells and Mansfield helped them very much. Haith, the main sponsor, this Honda long outfit, and they are developing the Honda engine to use in the TT, of course, in 2022, to see how many more TTs they can amass, TT victories. Sorry, go on.
Tommy's looks like got a bit of a break on this scrap here.
Well, I wonder, can he keep Sam and Adam Christie at bay, because the Christie boys are very determined, and they do tend to come good later in the race. Further down the order, Andy Cleach is in 8th place, he and Ken Edwards.
Tommy's bike.
Oh dear, that's it. That's it, gone. Oh, what a shame. Tommy Phil, bitterly disappointed, shakes his head, gets it to the side of the track.
Looks like engine failure possibly. There's a lot of blue smoke coming out from under the streamline.
That one's expired. And let me explain that these machines have a catch tank under the engine, so any waste oil or any spilt oil will be caught in a container in order to stop it going onto the race surface.
Yeah, real shame for those guys. It was shaping up for a really good scrap for second place, but obviously now it's just a last lap, sort of see what everybody else can do further down the line.
What a shame. Penultimate lap then. Benetton Birchall with a 6.7 second margin now. Fair to say, cruising home to victory here. But Christie's Scott Lorry is on the podium. He and Shelley Smithers move up. Ben Holland fourth. John Holden fifth, despite having a bonfire in the back of the bike during qualifying, which actually burnt his feet. Everybody moves up one as a result of Tommy Philp. This, the battle for fourth place, with Ben Holland and Tom Christie on the distinctive green bike ahead of John Holden and Jason Pitt. The veteran double Isle of Man TT winner John Holden. Quite interesting that these guys can chop from an F2 outfit to a long outfit. Don't seem fazed by it.
No, I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, but I think the guys, because the TT guys seem to be more adaptable to getting on the long bikes, but the faster guys on the long bikes, they do, you know, they definitely have an advantage when it comes to the long bike, whereas the other guys seem to be easier for the, you know, both types of chassis.
Corner speed much higher on these, of course. The front wheel stays absolutely vertical, so the footprint stays constant. Everybody moving up one then. That's put Rupert Archer and Phil Hyde in for 10 points in sixth place ahead of Andy Peach, Ken Edwards. And through goes Holden. John Holden then, number two, moves up a place on Ben Holland into fourth. Which I'm not sure what happened there, but Holland coming back.
It looks like he may have a technical problem also, maybe.
Goodness me. This
Probably
is
be able to
something
bring
of a race of attrition.
For sure, that, yeah, but half a lap to go. He looks like whatever it is, it's not going to stop it completely, but yeah, obviously a mechanical problem of some sort there.
On the final lap then, into clear ways, here we come. Benetton Birchall heading for a comfortable 8-second victory here. Over the line, job done. Maximum points for them to move on to their championship challenge. Championship domination, more to the point. Second place for Sam and Adam Christie, 20 points for them. And Scott Lorry and Shelley Smithers absolutely thrilled with that. They are on the podium, and I wonder, Brian, will they know?
Oh, for sure, maybe not, because they're a bit behind, and there's people pulling out here and there, so probably not unless they've got a really good pit bull.
Well, John Holden, this is a battle coming through here. Andy Peach and Ken Edwards with Phil Bell, Jimmy Connell behind them, and George Holden and Oscar Lawrence 93 from pit lane bring it home in ninth place. But here we have then the victorious Birchall brothers, Ben and Tom. Impressive. 9.4 seconds their margin. So they took about a second a lap out of everybody else. 132.774 against their own record of 132.055. So not too shabby.
Not too shabby too, and a superbly presented outfit, all built by themselves. Special dry sump system has been mentioned, but the bikes, it's well worth a look. It's an impeccably put together bit of kit, it really is.
Thank you, Brian. Great job, well done. Good of you to join me. You won't be joining me tonight, you'll be on your way home, I suspect, but there it is, confirmed. 9.4 seconds, the advantage over Sam and Adam Christie. Lorraine Smithers will be thrilled with a podium here at Brands Hatch. Holland, Holden, Archer. Top 10 completed by Simon Gilbert and Paul Thomas. It was a race of attrition. You saw Philp and Bryant blow up. You saw Blackstock retire. Sean and Anthony Hilditch behind Clark and Enser for the final place in 12th.